keep going, I guess. Alright, we need this one here. Let there be unity. Before the Scourge and Gar were one people. It took centuries after that disaster to find each other again, and by then we'd been divided too long. That's how the Cat were able to conquer us. The war forced us back together, but now you've upset the balance. Some don't trust you, others want you to save us. Divisions are forming. If you're really here to help, keep our people united. I'm writing this in my final days. I've lived a long life that now comes to its natural end. I've known great loss and pain, but also joy and hope. I think we have that in common. My fate is to leave at a turning point in history. Part of me is angry. I won't see that. I won't see what happens next. But I've made my peace. Whatever becomes of your people, mine and the Cat will reverberate into the lives of my great-grandchildren, and that gives me strange comfort. I know there's more to this life than war and hardship. I've seen enough to know your people understand that too. Be well, take care of each other, change life for the better, and goodbye. Don't be deceived by the posturing of Ephra D. Toshav and his resistance. We are not a violent people. We're scientists, inventors, artists, caretakers, and explorers. This is our home, but there is room enough for us all. We told the Cat the same thing, but they didn't listen. We hope you people do. No one will read this. This message will never be read by the Pathfinder, much less reach the Nexus. We're so desperate for allies against the Cat that we're willing to make the same mistake with new aliens. This little stunt by the governor won't change anything. We may as well be screaming into the wind. I'll send that. Okay, I'm gonna look here. I might as well go over there. Citizens Forum.
Exaltation is just another word for how the Keg kill us.
And if you're wrong? If we've been killing for them without realizing it?
I saw a Ket up close when they attacked. It was nothing like our people.
I don't know, I'm kind of on this way.
The Ket weaponize their victims to make you hesitate.
And when the Kett begin to exalt your people? What will you do then?
Thank you for that. Insight, Pathfinder. The issue facing us is complex. Come, my friends. Deliberate with me.
I've yet to find a Ket that I can just, you know, stop and have a nice little conversation with. So, yeah. Oh, it's just that I'm seeing inside. What's in here? Oh. No one to talk to down here, though? I'm sure we'll be meeting someone down here at some point. Alright. Nutrient paste vats. Because... yeah. So they're just all over the place.
Welcome to the Tavataan. Feel free to order a drink, or if you're hungry, we have nutrient paste. Not as exciting as fresh fruit, but you'll like it.
What's in that stuff?
In short, everything. Nearly all the food we grow goes straight into processing. We can feed an entire planet in a single harvest. Even ship some off-world.
Yeah, because if we can figure
How
out
do
how
you
to do
stretch
it,
your food that far?
It's complicated. Hard to explain without going into lengthy detail. But I'd be happy to send some to your ship, along with my process notes.
The Nexus would love that.
yeah, that'd be real
Consider
helpful.
it done.
What does Tavataan mean? My translator won't pick it up.
It depends on the context. If it's a person, it means an old friend. If it's a location, like this, it's more a place you could bring someone home to.
What if you need to meet your Tavataan at the Tavataan?
It's not so hard to understand. I'm sure your language has its quirks.
Don't get me started.
Ain't that the truth?
I'd like a drink.
Well, hopefully it's not toxic to us. I seem alright.
That's all for now.
We'll come back anytime.
Ryder.
Oh, guys, what's up?
Good to be back here, ready to hit those scans.
What am I looking for?
Moran called out supplies that may have useful properties for our tech. Just need to get Sam's eye on them. Take a stroll. Enjoy the market. Nav sent.
Let me tell you about Red.
Real change in tone after that care facility. Half the Angara are thankful, half are even more suspicious.
Let's try not to make it worse.
Don't worry about me. They're busy glaring at Cora for some reason.
Oh, what did Cora do now?
Helping the Moshai opened a lot of doors around here. Most Angara still keep their distance, though.
Yeah. Is that anything different for you, though, Drac, really?
Well, you are a bit of an eyesore.
Speak for yourself. When I saw my first human, I couldn't understand how you keep your blood inside. Skin that thin. Hey, kid.
Okay, so now we have to go talk to... Yeah, scan the hostile vendors' goods.
Not today, Nexus.
Liam?
God damn it.
What's going on?
Nothing to worry about. Just come grab a table with me.
What?
Pathfinder, you're good here. We'll worry about the data another time.
Liam, what's going on?
I, figured we should end up somewhere nice and open. You were being cased.
Are you getting me in trouble? What was this about?
We're not in trouble exactly, but I don't blame them for being angry. I wanted to get data that would help yields at our outposts. Moran told me what to scan, but I called it off. I still owe her, but it's better than pissing off some gouging hardliner. Sorry I didn't clue you in. It's a security thing. Food is security.
Okay.
Was this an attempt to copy their methods? Steal secrets?
We're not competing companies. It's about learning to live here. Remember my Tempest freakout? I tried proper channels. Got blocked by the Angara and the Nexus.
Yeah.
There's only so much Jar can tell us, so I did what we do back in Crisis Response. Bend the rules.
Tell me up front next time, man.
Liam, I deserve better than having this sprung on me mid-market.
You're right, of course, you're right. And the Angara are right too. The last people who showed up out of the blue were the Ket, the ultimate users. I don't want us getting lumped in with them, and I really, really don't want to ruin the market. Street food and shooting the shit with you feels normal. About time something did.
We may have to stick to ourselves for a while, if that's what both sides seem to want.
It isn't. Saw it all the time during crisis deployments. Us versus them turns into food versus no food. We have to figure this shit out, or both sides will hurt. Hey, Ryder. This place is brilliant. There's a lot we can learn from the Angara.
Yeah, as long as you're staying out of trouble.
They should put Jarl on every resistance recruitment poster. Did he ever contact you?
No, that man is impervious to flotation.
Why are the good ones always dense?
I hear he had a thing for the repository's curator. Never went anywhere. She's just as thick.
So, Jarl's available.
You're hopeless. Where's that shuttle?
Oh. Apparently a lot of the ladies have been after Jaw.
I'm so glad you're back. And in one piece this time.
I was in one piece last time. A little dented, but in one piece.
Alright, let's see. So we got another locked door right there.
I was still in one piece.
Here we go.
Ryder,
Elbach.
you are the subject of a detailed scan by an Angara standing nearby.
Maybe I should introduce myself.
Ryder, I took a look at the plants you sent. Good news, they're edible.
So we can grow them on the Nexus.
Not just these. If the genetic makeup is similar, most of the food on Aya could be edible. But
Sounds
I need
good.
to be sure. Get a sample of fruit from the market.
Alright, so go back and buy. Alright, someone was supposed to be scanning me. I was assuming it was that dude there. Probably not.
Something I can do for you?
Can I get a few of those fruits for the Tempest?
More than one? You Pathfinders are richer than I thought.
What do you mean?
You really are new to Helios. Look at it this way. This Paripo feeds 1. Or we can break it down into nutrient paste and feed 20. Raw fruit is rare because it's excessive. A luxury. Better to make the most out of it, right?
We already
Is
kind
that
of know
what
a
you
little
guys
bit
eat?
of this stuff.
Of course. It gives us the nutrition we need without wasting resources. The food we grow is precious. We have to make the most of it. And once in a while, we treat ourselves.
As appetizing as paste sounds, I'll stick to fresh fruit.
At least pay a visit to the Tavataan and try it out. I'll send a few fruits to your ship in the meantime. A gift.
Oh,
I'll get moving.
thanks. I was gonna pay for it. A lot of time for Lexi to analyze. Alright. Okay, the Engarn who scanned me was right there.
Whatever you're making, I have something to help.
Let's go up here first though. Museum exhibit. Currently updating this display to bring you the latest in historical finds. Thank you for patience. First contact with the Ket varied among our homeworld. While the Ket sought to confuse Havarl with silence, they murdered the ambassador of Vold. They turned our worlds against each other and took advantage of the confusion and chaos. It's important for us all to learn from this moment in history and to present a united front in the face of adversity. So, museum here. This fragment is from a wall of the governor's public residence on Vold, which was destroyed by Ket bombardment during the initial invasion. The governor, all staff, and most of her immediate family were all killed in the blast. When Vold stands liberated, this relic will form the cornerstone of a monument to those who gave their lives defending our home.
Oh, you're here. Welcome to my favorite place in the galaxy.
Right.
Havawa, I'm glad they finally let you into the city. You deserve it. This is Aya's Cultural Museum and History Archive. It's small, but you've already made it brighter. Pathfinder, I've been studying the helmet you found, and it's got me thinking. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even know that helmet existed. What if that's not all we're missing? There could be a wealth of history just out of our reach. So, I'm requesting your help again.
We did find something on Vold. I think we were supposed to give it to her.
I can't agree without knowing what you want from me.
Of course, that's only fair. I've led digs on every Angaran homeworld.
Yeah,
but
the
there are
dig
places
site.
I've missed. Areas only a Pathfinder could go. There could be relics sitting untouched for centuries because no one could reach them. What I ask is this. If you ever find yourself in an area like that, you keep an eye out for artifacts.
I already found one. Take a look at this.
Yep.
This is unfamiliar to me. It does resemble an Angara, but it looks so strange. It's clearly centuries old. Is it an artistic interpretation, or is this what we really look like? The implications. Pathfinder, you may have discovered our earliest artifact yet.
Could it be a relic from another culture?
The technique and material matches other Angaran relics, and you found it in one of our worlds. But perhaps the depiction isn't an Angara. It could be a deity of some sort.
So I'll have to start finding stuff.
This is quite a place.
It feels like home to me. Sometimes I think I should move in here. But it's got a long way to go. Someday we'll fill it with relics of the past, each one telling a story. And my people will come here to learn. And to remember.
You'll get there.
So am I going to be able to
With
see
enough
these
hard
set up
work,
in here?
Yes.
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels.
So that'd be kind of cool. Display stand. Sound like I got a level. Until recently we knew this was a Ket tool, but didn't understand its purpose. Scholars have recently determined it's used in the exaltation of our people, though it may be difficult to look at. It's important we learn and understand exaltation to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Doesn't look friendly, I'll say that. There's the helmet. In the time before the Scourge, Angaran pilots wore helmets while covering the vast distances between planets. It's speculated that remnant technology was used in this helmet's construction, attracting the Scourge's attention. Angaran dagger. This dagger dates back nearly 4 centuries, to the time just after the Scourge appeared. Faced with a technological dark age, our ancient ancestors learned to fight and hunt without the use of advanced weaponry. Mother, you wouldn't believe all that's happened since Pathfinder Rider landed on Aya. I'm sure you know about the Moshai's rescue, but I suspect you've only heard the official version. Ephra and his resistance like to claim credit for bringing her home, but I know for a fact they never could have accomplished it without the Pathfinder. People fear these new aliens will turn out to be like the Ket. Don't listen to them. I feel in my spirit they've come to help, and you know I'm always right about these things. I wish you could see some of the interesting relics we found on Havarl and elsewhere. I'll bring images next time I visit. Also, I'm not seeing at A2? Go with A2 anymore. There was nothing particular that ended things. We're just too different. Don't worry. My work still brings me all the happiness I need.
That figure really is something.
The Bailiff thinks it's an ancient deity.
Something
Was it
about
the
it
item I
calls
found?
to me, like a friend.
Let's see this real quick. Alright, Archaeologists on Havarl recently discovered what they believe are pieces from the oldest structure as yet found on the planet. These fragments were literally uprooted by mutating vegetation rising from an underground cavern. Though the exact cultural nature of this find remains unknown, teams of researchers have recently established a permanent dig site to search for more clues. No? While we can't know for certain, theories about this remnant device suggest its function may be to convert rock and sand into nutrient-rich soil. Well, that wouldn't be surprising. I'll get back to you in a second. This pottery fragment is believed to be a ceremonial decoration from the ancient temples of Havarl.
Oh, it's you. I watched you land.
Hope you're not calling me it anymore.
You heard that. I apologize. I was ignorant.
It's alright, man.
What's your job around here?
Aelin and I help Avela with her studies. I specialize in restoration.
So you make relics look new.
New as I can. I'm not a miracle worker, no matter what Avela says. She'll praise Ellen and I to anyone who will listen. Never had a supervisor like that before.
I'll leave you to it.
I've heard so much about you. Is it true you entered a vault on Eos?
Sure is.
Amazing. I would have liked to see that.
Are you a relic hunter like Avela?
Actually, I started as an engineer. The Moshai requested my help cracking encryption on a remnant ship she found. Eventually, that led me to the repository. I've been handling data encryption here ever since.
I take it you help run this place.
Nalan and I are Avela's assistants. It's been strange getting used to that.
Why?
Avela's much younger than the previous curator. She has a lot more energy. Sometimes I have to remind her to take a break. She's too passionate for her own good.
I'll let you get back to it.
And we'll continue exploring what we have over here. Peebee, of course. What are you up to?
Getting acquainted with our new neighbors?
Sort of. All this stuff. The Angara sure do have a rich culture and blah, blah, blah.
You're sauced, aren't you? What's your poison?
I visited that cafe the
Okay.
Angara consider a bar. Asked for their hardest stuff. It was weird, which I like, but had almost no punch. Lightweight. Whoa.
Steady now?
That stuff must have a slow absorption rate. Whoops. Oh, writer. It's just... This museum reminds me of being on Haitiana during my indentured service as a student. They even have a whole section on the Remnant. I didn't come to Andromeda to follow in someone else's footsteps.
Well, it's not like they figured everything out.
Don't worry, Peebee. The Angara barely have a foothold. Sure, they live among the ruins, but they haven't seen what we've already seen.
You might have a point there. Bet nobody here has ever outrun an ancient vault purification field, huh?
Nope.
And more than once.
Or spat in that Archon's ugly mug and lived to talk about it? That was nice work, by the way.
Thank you.
You're right. Not sure why, but ever since I packed up my apartment on the Nexus, something's crawled under my skin. But whatever it is, I promise, I'll get over it lickety-split.
Sounds good.
Be sure you do. You're a handful, even sober.
You can handle me, Ryder, whenever you want. Think I'll stay in your operation a little while longer.
Though we don't know much about the Remnant or its creators, we've determined the Remnant were present in Helix long before our people. The Remnant's purpose appears to be the same as the planetary vaults. to transform a world into a thriving, beautiful paradise. Before the arrival of Pathfinder Rider in Revolution 826, modern attempts to interact with the Remnant had been unsuccessful, but we've been able to coexist with them peacefully here on Aya. Though we know little about our pre-Scourge ancestors, evidence points to a grand, multi-planet society with sophisticated technology. Many recent discoveries indicate our ancestors even traveled vast distances between systems. Though we have no way of knowing for sure, most scholars theorize our people's early success was due to the use of remnant technology. And this is the locked door. I'll get into that later for something. Let's go back out this way for now. Loop around to the other side. You were the one scanning me, I believe.
Hello there.
I'm working.
You scanned me pretty hard. That wasn't your way of saying, welcome, stranger?
I wanted to be discreet.
Noted. What's your interest in me?
You're an alien on my homeworld. Why wouldn't I be interested?
You could have asked.
Fine. Will you submit to a full spectrum analysis of your biology?
You haven't even told me
let's
your
talk.
name.
Danfra. Biological researcher. This is my home.
Are you looking for something specific?
We share many external similarities. I want to learn if that holds true internally.
You know what, let's go ahead.
Can't fault you for being curious. Scan away.
I didn't think you'd comply.
I'm full of surprises.
That you are. When we face extinction, family is our final comfort. Do you understand that?
I mean, I agree.
I came to this galaxy with my family. I lost my father on the day I arrived.
But you still carry on his legacy. He knew that, in the end. Family is everything. Not only the one we have now, but the ones that follow us. What will your family look like in 5 generations? 10? How many of you will there be?
You're worried there'll be more of us than you.
I have 23 grandchildren. I want to know what their grandchildren will inherit. Goodbye, Pathfinder.
Well, I'd say apparently you guys have bigger families, so... Meant to talk to her again. Alright, join our fight. Well, I think we've kind of done that. You proved you can fight the Ket on Vold. The resistance doesn't impress easily. Stand with us. Together, we will take this war to the enemy's home. We'll make them feel terror. We'll show them despair. We will break the Ket. When that's done, we'll share the rewards of victory. We've seen members of your species act with violence, greed, and selfishness. We found evidence of your people attacking and stealing from one another. Why do you hurt each other when only the Ket stand to gain? If our people are slow to trust you, it's because we can't understand why some of you seem determined to hurt others. Even the Ket stand united in their cause. Why don't you? Because there are a lot of idiots. Alright. I spent my life wondering what other beings might exist. You people are nothing like what I imagined, and I'm glad for that. I thought I was long past being surprised in life. My sons and daughters draw pictures of you and ask me all sorts of questions. They want to know everything about you. We hope you feel the same way. There's so much we can teach each other. Help arrives when you least expect it, and your arrival was unexpected. You came to Aya wounded and in need, and we didn't welcome you. You went to our other worlds and helped our people overcome terrible challenges with no promise of reward or friendship. You wouldn't do that if there wasn't a goodness at your core. You want to understand and be understood. This is the start of a great alliance. Alright, we'll send it unedited, of course. Let's talk.
You have questions? Be quick.
How do you stay busy when you're not scanning strangers from another galaxy?
I research and develop organic tactical equalizers.
That sounds scary.
Only to those who threaten Aya.
What else did your scan reveal about me?
You're strong, tough. But much of Helios is inhospitable to human biology. You won't have it easy.
Never have. How do humans stack up against your people in the Ket?
You lack biological advantages, but your technology may offset that.
Well, that's something.
It can't have been easy holding out by yourselves against the Ket.
Before them, it was the Scourge. Our entire civilization was almost wiped out. Centuries of rebuilding.
It says a lot that you've made it this far.
We'll go much further.
Did you scam me on your own, or did someone put you up to it? Paran? Ephra?
I'm a scientist. I want to understand anything outside my knowledge and experience.
All that information you collect is for personal use?
Of course not. Angara share knowledge. It's how we survive.
Thanks for your time.
Yes, yes. Go.
Jeez. In a hurry to rush me off? Hi, Joel.
Well, what do you think?
I could get used to this.
What's
We
going
take
on over
turns
there?
living here. You
Like
can see why.
Twisters?
You're relaxed here. There's a sparkle in your eye.
I am. Thank you. It's nice of you to notice.
You're interesting. I like to notice.
Thank you for making sure that the squad behaves while on Aya.
They just follow my lead, I guess.
I was being sarcastic. So, good to know.
Oh, okay. Damn. I guess some of them are kind of sticking out. Another fast travel station. Resistance headquarters. Have anything over here though? Should lead back to here. That's the museum. Alright, so looks like we just have Resistance headquarters left.